So let's just do an entry. Because we have varying skill levels here, and some of you guys have seen this, but we're doing an entry into deep half guard, and we'll just talk about a couple of the details of the positioning. So where I like to enter it from, even let's say that the opponent has both knees on the ground, right? And we're playing our half guard game from here. Often, if they step up with this foot, they won't do that because I'll underhook it and I'll bump them and we'll start going this way. But they'll often step up with this one because what they really want to do is knee slice me. And we've trained before on kind of going into more like our coyote guard type game here where we have this type of hook. They'll get wise to that soon and they'll start driving the knee across my hip, and that's going to give us our deep half. Okay, so now is when we're going to rotate through into our deep half side. So let me kind of get into that real quick without Jeff. We're going to be favoring our right side. We're going to feel the pressure going this way, and we're just going to go with it. I'm just going to pinch my knees onto Jeff's ankle, and how I like to do it is get a little extension to like kind of knock his base off, and I'm just going to roll like this, and then we'll magically end up in deep half. So it's really kind of, people get pretty confused with this sometimes, but it's pretty easy. I'm underhooking this thigh. I feel that pressure going that way. I get a bite on the ankle. I kick out and I roll all the way to my other hip. Boom. I'm in deep half. Things that I like to, usually right here, there's a little moment where you're going to kind of fix it. You rolled into deep half. I'm going to bump a little bit. I like to get my back hook, if I can, into a butterfly on the ankle right here. So I have a little lifter, and it keeps his foot off the mat. The other key is my right shoulder. I like to bump and get my right shoulder underneath his butt and thigh right here so that he is kind of locked into position. If he kills my arm and starts like hopping over my shoulder and coming down my body towards my hips, go the other way, Jeff, like this. Yeah, like crushing my arm, like this. See how my shoulder's out now, and I'm starting to get crushed? I don't like that, and I'm gonna start working again to get him up like onto my shoulder right here. And now it's like a frame. Just the shape of your shoulder creates kind of a frame right here. It's hard to see, but that's what's going on. This arm is gonna be really crucial. Most people are gonna start pretty quickly once you enter this position. They know instinctively they want to dig this underhook on this arm like here. Yep. So the simplest and easiest way, if they have the belt, great. You can just grab the belt or even the upper thigh like no-gi and just wing. You don't have to do anything too fancy like hide your hand yet. There are good things to do sometimes, like under here with your hand and go into their wrist and different stuff. But here is nice because my arm is free. So he starts to dig that and he gets it. I can pummel out and circle back and get my hand back without an underhook again. Whereas if I'm here, right, and he digs in there, it really does start to get more and more stuck because he's also sitting on my hand. So I just like keeping it simple, grabbing the belt, winging down, and this is our position. I can move him around if he starts digging for that underhook and getting a bite. I can bump him forward, get his hands to the mat, and kind of reset him. Cool, so this is gonna be our position that we wanna look for. I'll enter it again. Everyone pay attention to kind of Jeff's reaction because he's gonna give me a realistic reaction to like a sparring level opponent, because sometimes deep half is tough for the top player to give good reactions because they wanna be a good training partner, but they get a little too floppy and it just gets awkward for the bottom. They're like, it's not working, but it's because the top person is like being a little too, I don't know, just like easy with it, you know? So I'm gonna enter the position one more time. Jeff gives me this combat base. Maybe I was playing earlier half guard like we talked about. I wrap around with a loose wrap on that leg that's in combat base, and I go underneath the other one. He's driving that knee that way this time. I can't go coyote, it's too awkward. So I pinch, roll, I go deep half. I fix it by getting my back hook into a butterfly, shucking him up on my shoulder, and hiding my left elbow. And now we're in a pretty good position right here. Cool? All right, one more time. Just kind of, I'll float through with Jeff. Cool? All All right, so let's make sure everyone's getting into that position. That'll set us up for success on taking the back and different sweeps. Cool. All right, let's do 1, 2, 3.